In this video, I'll quickly show you how to use webhooks when using Blueberry. If you are unfamiliar with the whole concept, webhooks are just a way to send data from one application to another using a unique URL. That's it. What you do with this? Well, you can trigger any marketing automation that you want by using your own quiz data. For example, you can send an email with all the product recommendations to someone that leaves their email within a quiz. You can send discount codes based on the answers that someone is giving. You can trigger specific email sequences or push all the quiz data to your ESP like Klaviyo, to GDP, or even your CRM if you want to enrich your customer profiles. And this is how you create a webhook. You go to integrations, and of course you go to webhooks. And over here you can create a webhook. Now there are two types of webhooks that we support. First of all, a question answered webhook, and that is a webhook type that is being triggered when someone leaves or answers a specific question of a specific quiz funnel. And the other one is a result viewed webhook, and that one is being triggered when someone actually lands on the result page and actually sees their product recommendations. And that's the example that we will now use as well. So let me just take result viewed test. I'm taking a specific advisor, which is the keyword product quiz. And now I need a callback URL. And the URL can come from your low-code platform, for example, make.com or Zapier, or comes from your other platform that you actually want to send the webhook data towards. In this case, I'll quickly use a example webhook, which is this one, just as a test. And I'll add that into the callback URL and create the webhook. Now this webhook will be triggered when I view the results for a specific quiz funnel. That quiz funnel is this one. And when I go to the quiz funnel over here, I can walk through it and actually trigger the webhook. So I'm just answering the questions, the email, I'm leaving my email, and these are my recommendations. And now all the data is being sent towards a webhook, which I can view again in my testing. Now this is all the data that is being received. So if you look closely, you can find your advisor ID, a session ID. You can find all the different questions, so the question names, but also the selected answers for that specific question. So with the use case question, that was the first question in the quiz funnel, I entered use at home, and that's being sent towards this webhook. Same goes for the budget range. I choose medium budget, and not only do I have the questions and answer data, I also have all of the data from the results, from the product recommendations. So I have a product ID, I have a product name, product URL, the images, and also the specific properties that correlate with the answer filtering in the quiz funnel. And I can use all the data to build cool automations. For example, let me go quickly into make.com. And this is how it looks when I'm using a custom webhook. And I can add this webhook, let's say a test result viewed. Now I can copy the webhook and actually use that specific webhook within Blueberry. So this is the make.com test. This time I want a question answered, and I want it when I'm sending an email, and I want the response, and this is my callback URL. Now when I leave my email for that specific answer, the webhook is being triggered and is sending data to my make.com webhook. So let's try that again. Blueberry advisor, start quiz. Now entering my email right here. I'll go to next, and now the webhook is being triggered again. And if I were to run this module and try it again, so this is the delivery attempts, and I can now try again, and you see that it's a successful delivery attempt. So all the specific delivery attempts and all the webhooks are logged here as well. And now you can see what data is actually being received by this webhook, by the question answered webhook, and that is the email question. So now I'm only getting the data from that specific question and that specific answer that I gave. And now I can start building cool automation flows, for example, by connecting with Klaviyo.